It's the Retro Philosophy Show. Go on and tell everybody you know. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lottie Dottie, and I'm in the building hanging out with Retro. Keep it locked, and don't you dare touch that dial.
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in the building. Much love and respect to my man, Retro, stopping through, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
You already know what it is, folks. It's your boy Retro with you on tonight. Big Cell is in the green room, so keep it locked and don't you dare touch that dial. Appreciate all you guys who hopped on early. We're getting ready to get it cracking here in just a minute. Keep it locked and don't you dare. Don't you dare touch that dial because it's going to be hot tonight, all right? So keep it locked and don't you dare touch that dial. We're getting ready to get cracking here in just a second. Good evening, good morning, good night, good day. It's your boy Retro. Thank you for pressing play.
Yo, what up? This is Marvin Gibson, aka Big Gip, and you are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show.
All right, folks, I need to know if you're really ready for this, man. I need about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you to go ahead and hit the share button because it's getting ready to get on and cracking. I like what Terry Hardy said. He said, I think I'll go get some popcorn real quick. Look at here, bro. Y'all going to need a little bit more. Get some popcorn, but you're going to need to get something to drink it down to wash it down. So we're going to go ahead and hop right on into it, man. My man is in the green room, man. We're going to bring him on in. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and names, he needs no introduction. Let's make some noise for the one and only Big Cell in the building. You already know what it is. Yes, sir. Big Cell. Where you at, big dog? Let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Bada boom.
Cracking, man.
Big Cell, what's going on, man? There you go. Wake him up, Big Cell. Wake him up. Oh, my goodness.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
Keep it in 100.
Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute now. Hold on.
Podcast Radio.
Keep hitting him with the what?
With the truth, baby.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
For God, man.
Come on now. You know what they say, right?
So let me say this. You're doing too much. Let me slow down.
Okay. All right. Okay.
To all of the Retro Philosophy Show followers.
Yeah.
Do not hold tonight's show against him.
Come on, that part right there.
As they say, yeah, charge it to his heart, not his head. I mean, you understand me, or however the
Charge it to the head, not to the
because
heart.
I'm telling you, yeah, charge to the head,
Yeah,
not the heart.
yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, we finna get some straightening around this month. Yeah, listen, we finna get some straightening around here, man.
Okay,
And I know my partner, my partner is straight with God. So I'm gonna try my best to be as straight with God as I can, sir.
All right. That part right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, if a few 4-letter words slip out, I don't have the bleep button tonight. Maybe I need to get one. I should have got one. I knew who we had coming on the show. But we gonna go ahead and risk it anyway. Shout out to everybody who's pressing play on tonight. We see the one and only Mr. Gorilla Blue in the building. He said, "What's good, folks?"
Blue,
Solo
what
King
up,
Rider.
yo?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man,
That's
you already named some heavy hitters already. So
Come on, man. I don't know what to do, man. We got the 2024 Male Titan Recipient of the Year on the live on tonight. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to Gorilla Blue.
Yes, sir.
Minister Evans, we see you. Honeybee, what's going on? We haven't seen you in a while, girl. Hope all is well with you and yours. So let's just go ahead and hop right on in here, man. I mean, I know he needs no introduction, but Big Cell, who are you? Who's Big Cell?
Say, man, Big Cell is just a cat, man, who has been in a few MCs, man, and I gave the MC thing a try, man. So let me just give the story. So my motorcycle journey is attributed to my wife. When I moved to Georgia from Compton, California, I moved here to Georgia. Just figured I'd try a new start. I had did 15 years in prison. I was tired to go to prison, tired of the hustle, and the hustle failing me per se. And moved to Georgia for a fresh start to try to get some things together. Ran into Queen.
Okay.
Shout out to the Queen. Ran into her, who was riding motorcycles, and that was the thing here in Georgia at the time was motorcycles. And when I left LA, I wasn't riding motorcycles with interest in motorcycles. But as they say, chasing the cat, you'll try anything. You'll try or do anything. So anyway, ended up trying to pursue her in a relationship type of thing, and always following her and her club around at the time.
Yeah.
She pushed me onto a motorcycle. And I got to give my partner Selfish from Block Burners at the time. He was the first one to actually give me a motorcycle to ride and say, "Hey, bro, do your thing." And from there, it just grew. And my love for Harleys come from Big Punch at the candy shop when I called him and told him, "Hey, man, I'm getting ready to buy a motorcycle." And he said, "What kind was it?" And I told him I was getting ready to buy the Suzuki M109.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Well, if you buy that, you got to buy two of them." I said, "Well, damn, I'm already having a problem trying to buy one. Why I got to buy two?"
Right.
And he says, "Get ready to get your bleep on." He says, "You need one to shit on and the other one to use it to cover it up with." So that's what he said.
So he thought that much about him, huh?
That much about him right off the rip. So he said, "No, if you're gonna buy one, buy Harley. You from LA, you from Compton, you represent us. I got one for sale." Anyway, did the deal. Actually, so I was the first person, I believe, to buy a candy shop exclusive motorcycle. I really want to say that. I think Punchy would have to confirm that, but I believe I was the first one to fly in and to pay cash back then at the time, and flew in, bought the motorcycle. And at that time, I didn't know Snowman in Georgia. I met Snowman at the airport at LAX, at the LAX airport, and my goal was to follow him back to Georgia because I didn't know how. At that time, I didn't have no clue on how to ride, how to travel on a motorcycle or nothing.
So this was your first genre getter.
I didn't even bring a jacket. You feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't even bring a jacket, and I'm just like, okay, so you never rode a Harley before, never did nothing. But Snowman said, "Bro, you could ride it. If you could ride a sports bike, you could ride a Harley." And my crazy butt, I'm like me. I'm saying, okay, well, you got to be stuck with me if I can't ride it the whole 9 yards. And basically, flew in, met him at the airport, went to the candy shop, saw the bike, cashed it out, and the next day tried to ride it. Had to take it to the shop to get a final inspection and some other stuff. And then the next day after that, we jumped on the highway, man, and I rode from my first ride, my first actual motorcycle ride would be from LA, from right there for Crenshaw and 54th and Crenshaw, all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. So that was my
Wow.
first ride through the rain. My first ride my very first ride got caught in the rain, got caught in the freezing cold, all type of stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess that conditioned me to right off the rip to fall in love with motorcycling and never give it up, because like I said, I did all of that with no raincoat, no heat,
no gear.
heated gear.
So what time of the year
nothing.
was this? What time of the year was it?
I'm not really sure. I do know that we came through that storm when Atlanta flooded out. When Austell, I believe it was Austell in the area, had flooded out. We came through that, and I mean, I can remember Snowman telling me, just don't let the bike cut off. Do not let the bike cut off. My bike was bogging, it was because it was getting water in the carburetor or in the engine or whatever you want to call it, in the pipes. And he was saying, "Sale, keep it revved up. Do not let it cut off. Do not let it cut off." Because we would have been stuck. And I remember riding past people that had already pulled over because the storm was so bad. They had already pulled over in cars and trucks and telling us, "Hey, get off the road, please. It's not safe. Please get off the road. Get off the road. Get off the road." And all I remember is Snowman looking back at me and said, "You bet not stop. You bet, yeah."
He dragged you.
You gotta understand it. And I'm scared to death because I don't know where I'm going. All I know is I need to follow this dude. Do not lose this dude, because
you don't even know this dude at this time
at all. Basically, I barely met him, but again, that's all I knew was not to lose this dude. So whatever he said do, I was gonna do.
So you did it. Yeah. In retrospect, so would you do it again just like that?
I know better now. So it's hard for me to just be drug anywhere now. You can't just drag me nowhere now. I'm gonna be fully prepared now. Even with my motorcycle, it's gonna be prepared. The different equipments, the lowers, handlebar, just different things of that nature. So now it could never happen again to me, and I would hope. I kind of wouldn't wish that on no first timer ever, because again, it was, when I look back on it, it was crazy as hell. It was almost the silliest thing to do.
So a situation like that can make or break a rider. Obviously, it didn't break you, right?
No, I'm not going. No, it actually. At that time, you got to understand this. I'm a young Thundercat at that time. So at that time, I didn't even know to be scared, or I didn't even know. I didn't know nothing about motorcycling, MCing, or nothing. All I knew was I bought this motorcycle, and now I get to hang out with the queen, and now I get to hang out. I get to kind of just hang out on the set. I ain't just the dude in the car no more. I'm the dude on the bike now.
So when go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm just saying. So
yeah. What's up, Lavish? What's up, Helen Brown? Thanks for tuning in. Gorilla Blue said, made him strong. And real talk, sometimes, that's what it takes, man. I want to ask you this question. When it comes to ground pounding, when it comes to riding, there are some that would say it's either in you or it ain't. What would be your response to such a statement?
I totally agree. You got to understand that there's nothing beautiful about riding your motorcycle from here to California. It's nothing. I mean, it has to be something that you, in your own unique way, enjoy, that you you don't mind doing, that you have a love for doing. Because I'm telling you, there's been plenty of time, and anybody that rides motorcycle, from Gorilla Blue to Snowman to Mr. Nate and to all of the greats, to Solo, to you, to what's my man, the most hated, Kodak. There has been a time for all of us where we have been on that motorcycle and we have stopped or looked around and said, "Man, what the hell are we doing, man?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If we could just snap our fingers and go home, or go back home, or start all over. I mean, it's just been that way, man. And that's just something that, again, if it's not for you, your ride will be miserable. You understand what I'm saying? And there's been times, I'm telling you, man, there's been times where I've ridden by myself from here to California, and sometimes you regret the ride, but for the most part, it's the getting to the destination and seeing everybody, and everybody know you made it. You was on the ground, you rode in, and all of that. I think that's what makes it all worth the while. And then, like I said, for me now, I've grown into a level of when I'm on the ground now, when I'm riding now, I use that time to better me as a man, as a person, to go over
That
things,
part.
to use that time to say, man, I left the wife at home. Did I do everything I was supposed to do? Did I
Mhm.
go over some of the arguments we, go over some of the arguments that we had, and try to see if it was really, just it allows me now when I'm on the highway now, it allows me time to just kind of reflect on a lot of things that I did or trying to do or want to do, and things of that nature. So it's
Yeah.
it's a whole different ride for me now.
Okay, definitely understand that. I want to go back to a few things. Big ups to Chris Houston. He's in the building. Big SARS. What's going on, bro?
What
Kodak the
up,
Ground Pounder
Sarge?
has chimed in. Uh, Kodak with his crazy self talking about bike season over. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one.
Hey
Um,
man, listen,
s-
man.
so let me go back to what you said. Because I heard you address this. I don't know. It's probably a couple years ago on one of your shows. Um, when you were talking about getting yonder, some of the things you do before you get ready to take off, you make sure things is good at the home, things is good with the wife. You walk around the house, you have a word of prayer. Talk to me a little bit about why that process is so important to Big Sal.
So for me, like right now, my birthday present this year is the Queen asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and for me, I wanted to be able to leave here in March and not come home to June or July. I really want to be on the road, just back and forth. I want to hit every weekend in a different city, different state,
Okay.
different person's event. So when it comes to the preparation part of it, for me, I try to lose weight. I try to get in a better weight. I try to get healthier. I
Mm-hmm.
try to more mentally stable, get more, make sure that everything is with your family, with your kids, with your mom, with the people you take care of, the people that you love. Make sure everything is as smooth as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you start putting your finances together. You start making sacrifices on your finances. Um, you really just start preparing to kind of eliminate a lot of the stress that you would have, a lot of the questions and a lot of the stuff that you would have. Like you just preparing for preparing to get yonder, man. It if I'm gonna leave in like I'm leaving in March or late March, April, most likely March. I started preparing last year.
Mm-hmm.
Started trying to lose the weight, got on a weight loss program, the whole 9 yards, because I want to be as in the best possible health that I can be in when I'm out there on that road. You got to understand this: you're riding a 800-pound vibrator. If you're riding a Harley Davidson, now if you're not riding a Harley Davidson, then your shit might not shake or rattle in the road like ours do. But you're riding a 800-pound vibrator, and
Mm-hmm.
that it will lullaby you to sleep when you're out there on
Mm-hmm.
them long
Yeah.
rides. You get out there and you looking at, you taking in the sun, you taking in the God's creation, the whole 9 yards. Well, all the time that motorcycle, it's constantly, vibrating your body, your soul, your bones. And that's why sometimes it's harder to stay woke. When you ride a motorcycle, some people say, "Sell, I just can't do it. I rested up for 2 weeks and got on the bike and went straight to sleep." Well, again, that's because the bike is doing its part. But I mean, preparation is so important, man. But not
Yeah.
just preparing yourself, preparing your household, preparing your children. If you're gonna be leaving kids behind, because one of the things that I think, Retro, that we take for granted, and me and you had this conversation when you was here. One of the things a lot of us take for granted is when we leave, we automatically assume we're gonna come back,
That part.
and that's a part that a lot of people don't understand. Like, bro, at any given day, on any given ride, at any given part of the world, that could be it for us. A
Mm-hmm.
truck can go sideways, a truck can blow a tire. A driver. We all know the cell phone is the death of a motorcycle, a
Mm-hmm.
motorcyclist.
Yep.
that cell phone is either a person in the car on a cell phone, or some of my brothers who like to play with their phone while they ride, not paying
Mm-hmm.
attention. That's
Yeah. We ain't gonna
another
say no
story for
names
another
or
day,
nothing like
Retro.
that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's a story for another day.
Go
But
on, keep on moving.
the
Next point.
cell
Next point.
the cell phone has become the biggest challenge for motorcycle riders now,
Sure
because
indeed.
now most people are coming over on us because they on the phone, not paying attention or whatever they're doing. So it's a lot now, man, to prepare, and you got to prepare yourself, man, to leave and to return, man, and to do the best that you can and give yourself the best possible advantage that you have. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. Make sure you're totally 100% healthy. Make sure your family, kind of got some kind of, you guys kind of got some kind of plan in place. That, I'm gonna check in here, I'm gonna check in there, and just do your thing, man. So
That part.
that preparation is just as important as the ride, bro.
Well, Lavish said he don't know what you're talking about, man. All he doing is riding a Harley. He don't know about that other part you talking about. He said he just riding a Harley, and that's it. No more, no less.
Listen, man, Lavish longest ride is about 37 minutes from his tow yard to his house.
Hey,
so of course, Lavish don't, he don't know, and you understand. Of course, Lavish don't know, nothing about what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? But again, Lavish, I appreciate and accept your 37-minute ride. You are my brother forever. You feel what I'm saying? Just be there with the tow truck if we need you. You understand?
Okay. See, I ain't got now nickel in that corner. I'm gonna leave that one alone. If you say a big seller, it is what it is. So all right. So I guess we can say that Queen was one of the bigger motivators for you to get on this motorcycle thing.
Oh yeah, she was definitely. I had no desire to ride a motorcycle.
So let's talk about that for a little bit. So how did you and Queen meet?
So again, I moved out here trying to, getting started, and my boy, we at the time low riding, and I was in the car thing, and my boy Big Fish, all of my LA cats remember Big Fish. Big Fish used to do the low rider videos. So when I moved to Georgia, they had a low rider show out here, and he called me. Hey, said, man, I'm gonna come to Atlanta, man, and film the low rider show. And I told him I got him. I would pick him up the whole 9 yards. And at the same time, Rare Breed had just started here in Georgia. They were getting ready to have their first anniversary at Strikers on the hill, back on the hill at Strikers. So that was their first anniversary. So by a lot of cats flying in from LA, Fish being from LA, he was like, man, so and so is here. I'm like, whoa. So I was going to meet a couple of the cats from LA, being with Fish. We ended up going to the Rare Breed's first anniversary at Strikers on the hill. And of course, Queen was in the bike club at the time. So I saw her. And when she saw me, it was love at first sight. She told me she had to have me,
right?
The whole 9 yards.
I know how it goes.
Up her purse. Yeah, she opened up her purse and chose me and gave me like $10,000.
There you go.
Choose you, Daddy. She
wasn't trying to see. Yeah, she wasn't trying to see you walk out the way. Nah. Yeah, I know. I know how it goes.
She gave me about 10 bands and told me she chose me, and from there,
right.
It's it is what it is, man. Her life
That's right.
Just
That's right.
Peaches and cream. So I mean, but that's what it was. I met her at there, and then from just took a liking to her from there. And she was the one that showed me how to MC. She was the one that was teaching me the rules and teaching me all of the to get down the motorcycle set and the whole 9 yards. So that's how that happened.
Okay. All right, so now you go down to California, you get your Harley Davidson, you get on back, and so what happens after that?
So now I'm home. We done beat the storm. I think I'm home, and I've never told this story. I never really told this story, but
okay,
you gonna get an exclusive.
So this is an exclusive. Appreciate that.
This is an exclusive. Okay.
Okay.
So by me buying my bike from the candy shop. And by that, at that time, Punchy and all of them were Rare Breeds at the time. I had met Slip. I had met, it was a Slip, Punch. What's my boy? I can't even think of his name. Anyway, all of them were Rare Breed. So the plan was for me to be a Rare Breed when I got back. Again, I don't know nothing about MCing at the time. I don't know nothing about MC clubs or the whole 9 yards. I was just happy to be riding my motorcycle back. Even though I was at the time, I was in block burner, so I was under the impression that I was the first block burner to ride across state lines on a motorcycle. Now, if I wasn't, then hey, I stand to be corrected. But I believe that I was one of the first to go, especially from California to Atlanta, with a block burner vest.
Now, is it true that block burners had a car division at that time?
Yes. I was part of the car division. I was part of the car division because Queen introduced me to them, and that's how I was able to. That's how I got introduced to the bike set is through Block Burner's car club division.
Gotcha. Okay.
They had a truck division, a car and truck division, and then they had the motorcycle division. So anyway, that's how I got introduced to the set. But so bought the motorcycle, rode it home. I rode it home a block burner. And at that time, the block burners were all sports bikes. So at that time, it was maybe one other person that had a Harley, but he had one of those sport bike looking Harleys. I forgot what it was called
Buell?
back then, a rocker or no, it
okay.
wasn't a Buell. It may have been one of the smaller ones or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I was the only one at the time, I believe, with a full-fledged bagger as a block burner, and it really didn't go well with the crew. And anyway, so I ended up leaving there, ended up coming home from that. But originally, when I got back, from what I understand, Punchy and them was supposed to make me part of Rare Breed. So when I got back, it was I believe at the time DK picked me up from the house. He came, Punchy called him, he came and got me from the house. And we went to JP's house and picked up a couple other cats. That's at the time in Atlanta when they were doing Wind Down Wednesdays.
Okay.
They were doing Wind Down Wednesdays. Every Wednesday was a concert in the park or whatever. But you got to know now, I'm fresh on a Harley. I got a brand new Harley. I didn't even know how clean it was. I didn't even know how fly it was. I didn't even know I had motor back then, the whole 9 yards. But now it's a sunny day. It's a sunny day. I done had some rest. So I'm having fun with my Harley. I'm on the highway, speeding out, doing what I'm doing, the whole 9 yards. And at that time, DK, I believe, was the president of Rare Breed. And when we pulled up at the Wind Down Wednesday, he kind of jumped in my face like, "Hey, bro, you don't ride in front of me, blah, blah, blah." And it was just for me coming from LA, being from Compton, California, from LA, and I don't even know you. And this is how our first interaction is for the most part. It just rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
So from there, I decided not to be a Rare Breed. I remember calling Punchy like, "Hey, bro, I'm good. They can have that or whatever." But my ride home because I had bonded with Snowman on my ride home. I had bonded with him on my ride home. That's how I got introduced to Regulators.
Okay.
So, I ended up. So Block Burners was the first club that I was in Georgia, and then I left Block Burners and went to Regulators.
So at the time, Snowman was a regulator?
Yes, Snowman was the president of the Regulators.
Okay, gotcha.
So they embraced me and took me in, and actually, that's when I learned how to MC. The Regulators at that time were strictly about the rules and the regulations and protocol of motorcycling. Period. They were strict about that. As a prospecting, you had to go through the whole period. I mean, even the females at that time, they didn't even play. You couldn't even play with them at that time. But it was a family. It was cool. It was serious but fun, and it was what motorcycling was at that time. So the regulators are the ones who gave me my structure. They gave me, complete structure, no games, no gimmicks. At that time, I remember Snowman telling me, and at that Snowman, Quentin, Meat, Big Meat, Sea Dog. I remember them telling me, if I catch you opening your mouth to talk to anybody, that's your ass. I wasn't allowed to open up my mouth and talk to nobody.
As a prospect,
my job was to learn as a prospect. My job was to listen and learn, and get with the OGs. They would make sure, you see that OG over there, go buy him a beer and go sit over there and talk to him. Stuff like that. So that was my introduction into the protocol part of motorcycling, and then from there, from the Regulators to actually being independent for a little while. After the Regulators, I became independent, and then from there to the Kings of the South, to where I helped build the Kings of the South. It was because of me that the Kings even had their first anniversary. The Kings never even wanted an anniversary. It was because of me that they even had an anniversary. So just trying to find my way, man. And like I said, when I became a king, and then that's when just started riding and introducing. And, at that time I was going back and forth to the West Coast, and it was just some cool shit, man. I mean, Atlanta was fun I remember days, retro, where we didn't get home till 4 and 5 in the morning, just out riding. I mean, just trying to shut down every spot. And then we get home at 5 in the morning, we back on the bikes 8 or 9 that morning for those who, that didn't have to work or whatnot. So it was just what it was, man. But every club that I was in, from the Block Burners, man, introducing me to the set, to Regulators, introducing me to the protocol, to the Kings introducing me to the world on a whole, and then just the whole development, man, of everything, man. Everybody that I met, and everybody that we would just come across, man, and just different things. Every club was a step up for me. You know, not putting either club in front of each other, but I'm just saying it was a
Right.
step up. I went further and further and further into motorcycling with each club that I got into.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people think because you leave an organization that, you got to trash them or that you a sellout or this, that, or the other. But sometimes you literally can outgrow an organization that you are a part of. What do you say about that?
I mean, it is what it is. Like I say, one thing about this motorcycling set, bro, it will mesmerize you.
Mm-hmm.
It will captivate you. It will make you see things or think things that are not real.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to get caught up in it, man. And I tell everybody, understand this. You got it's two ways you can see this thing. You can come into this thing. You can come into this thing and you can say, hey, I'm going to have a ball, or you can come into this thing and say, hey, I want to learn it all. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And it's up to you what level you go into when it comes to motorcycling. For me, I learned it all and I had a ball. I mean, the motorcycling has been the greatest gift that God, one of the greatest gifts, I'm sorry, Lord, that God has ever given me, is motorcycling, because I've met so many bomb people. I've been
True
so many
story.
places that I never would have cared to even go to. I would have never cared to ride in all 48 states. I never would have cared to go see Mount Rushmore. I mean, we as kids we hear about it in the books and stuff like that coming from LA, California, but I never would have gave a damn to go to Mount Rushmore and see, actually see the monument, or
Right.
go to none of that. I just never would have cared. But motorcycling has given me that opportunity and allowed me to do that. So it's definitely, I tell everybody, is it costly? Um, it's about being disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Just like anything else that you love. If you're in the
Right.
race cars, they could be
Right.
they could be costly. If you in if you in the crocheting or hockey or golf, all of it can be costly. It's just a matter of what kind of effort, energy you put into it.
That part. Thanks for that, Sal. Check this out. So, all right, from block burners to regulators. Okay, so block burners, you're a novice. You get with regulators, your school, you get a little, deeper education, and then comes Kings of the South. What is
Mhm.
your state of mind? Where are you at, and who are you at that point?
So when I joined Kings of the South at that time, my goal was to take over the world.
Okay.
Period. When I joined Kings of the South, at that time I'm asking questions like, "Hey, they're not paying us to ride motorcycles." You got to understand that I was in the social media back then. I believe I was one of the first motorcycle channels to ever exist. And I was in the social media. I had that bug, that desire, and I'm saying, listen, man, we can get paid for doing this. We can have a ball. We can get. So my goal at that time was to take over the world. My other goal also was to get the recognition and to bridge the gap between all of the different clubs and the different sets out there in the whole 9 yards. Because to me, motorcycling was about freedom, love, liberty, but it was about being able to go places and have friends or family per se already there waiting on you. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So when I got that part of it, it was just, man, let's go see these people, let's go meet these people, let's go here, let's go there. I mean, like, and this is and at this time we wasn't documenting things. We weren't really, documenting things. I didn't really start documenting things. And let me tell you this story. I didn't really start documenting things till I believe it may have been, I want to say, the Kings of the South. It was either the Kings of the South anniversary, second anniversary, or one of rare. I think it was Kings of the South second anniversary. I met one of the greatest cats ever in the
Mm-hmm.
motorcycle riding hemisphere, which is Highway Smiley.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me show you how arrogant I was when I met Highway Smiley. So at this time, Highway Smiley was who he is, the man. Okay. And I remember my sister at that time, Josie Johnson, my Rags, my boy from Rare Breed, Rags' wife. asking me, "Hey, say you ever met Highway Smiley?" I'm like, "No, no, no. Who is he? Oh, he's a rider. He do yonder. He do long. I'm no okay. Well, this shit, whatever. What's happening with him? Where you at?" Boom. And she say, "Smiley, come meet Sel." Because at that time I was riding, and I thought I was the greatest rider ever to live. But Highway Smiley at that time was already was
Yeah.
already the man. So I introduced myself. He like, "Yeah, you ride?" I said, "Yeah, I ride all day, every day. You know, I got my chest poked out. Yeah, every day. Oh yeah, that's my bike over there." Whoop, whoop, whoop. He said, "Okay," and he hit me with the coldest question ever.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, what have you seen?"
Mm.
And I said, "What you mean? I've been everywhere." "Yeah,
Hmm.
but what have you seen?" "I've been everywhere." "Sir, but what have you seen? Have you
Yeah.
have you seen this? Have you seen that? Have you seen, And I start, of course I'm trying to keep my bravado and well, yeah, no, I mean, I probably passed by it. He said,
Yeah.
"Listen,
Yeah.
son."
Yeah.
And this is strictly from the great Highway Smiley. Say, "Listen, bro, all that riding is fine. But if you never stop to see anything to tell your kids what you saw and to give them the story of the world, then what is it all worth?"
Mm.
Period.
So what?
Period.
So he broke you up with that wisdom. Um, did it change your riding? What did it do for you? How did it affect you?
From there,
Hmm.
from there, I slowed down. From
Okay.
there, I slowed down. At that back then, before Smiley gave me that advice, me and Snowman literally would leave here Sunday at 3 a.m. and we'd be pulling into LA Monday at 11:30, 12 o'clock the next day. It was straight cannonball run. It was
Wow.
just it was
Yeah.
balls to the wall. I mean, even I got a story of me and my boy Heavy D. My boy Heavy just said, "What up, Hev?" Me and Hev, we left. I think we left California and made it
Hmm.
to our driveway in 32 hours. We got and like I said back then, we was doing this undocumented. This was just
Right. Yeah.
this is what we was doing. We were trying to catch because Snowman and them had left the day before us. So we were trying to catch Snowman and them. That was our goal, to let them leave the day. And then the next day we was gonna get up and pull up on them.
Hmm.
So just stuff like that is how we used to ride. But after that conversation with Smiley, man, it changed my life to a whole different level. And then so from there we exchanged numbers and we started hanging out. He started saying, "Sale, you right in Georgia. You haven't even seen this monument, that monument. You haven't even seen this. You haven't been to this restaurant. You haven't." And then you got all this great. And that's what he was telling me. Like, bro, you guys in the South have it so good because you're surrounded by 18 different states.
Yeah. Yeah.
At any given time, you go 500-600 miles, you in one or two different states. Whereas we leave California, we got to go, halfway across the world. You feel what I'm saying? To do our thing. So it was just it was for me, man. It was just his testimony, man, and his story, and him telling me that it really just made me stop and say, okay, you're doing all this riding. What are you doing it for? What have you seen? What can
Hmm.
you tell your grandchildren? What can you tell your grandchildren? What can you tell, other people after you? So that's what it did for me.
That's what's up right there. Couple good questions coming in, and some of them are on the radar, so we're gonna definitely get their country. But I'll just put it up there because he wants to know what made you start FHO and why did you choose to make it an association versus an MC. I'm gonna star this one here, and we're gonna come back to that one, Big Country. Shout out to Big Country. Thank you for tuning in on today. We'll come back to that one, Big Sal. So
Okay.
Highway Smiley says, "What have you seen?" Okay, change your writing
Period.
style, which ultimately change your perspective, which ultimately change the way you do things. What advice would you
Yes.
give to the individual who gets on their motorcycle, goes cross country, and comes back home? Because I've got this thing where I like to say, number one, my miles are a point of reference and not a badge of honor. I think a lot of people are collecting a lot of miles so they can brag and get certain props. And then my other saying is simply this: collecting miles and smiles. What kind of advice would you give somebody who was doing what you was once doing?
I love to say this, man, and this is encompasses a lot. Man, ride your ride. If
Hmm.
your ride is if you're a sightseer, then go sightsee. If you are straight through it, then do straight through. But my thing of it is, whatever you do when in this motorcycle thing, do it because that's how you wanted to do it. You are the only one that can tell your story when it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So if you don't want to cite, like you got some people that say stopping at the state signs is crazy, and for you it may be crazy. For
Right.
us that do it, you know, we did it for it was something that we wanted to do, and and it was what it was. So I just tell people, I'm gonna tell anybody, man, if you decide to ride cross country, have fun your way, do it your way, and ride your ride.
Yeah, that part. You know, we all got to start somewhere. Most of us have started out on crotch rockets, sports bikes, or whatever, and some swore they would never ride a Harley. You know, and now you can't get us off of a Harley. You know, or Victory or any whatever your preference is. You know, but you got to start somewhere, man. And what I like about we'll go ahead and hop into some of the meat and the bones because a lot of people are here on the line tonight, and a couple have chimed in. We got Preach Breed in the building. What's going on, Preach? You know,
Preach.
he and some others have said tonight that you were the first one that they saw when they were getting onto these, you know, touring bikes and when they were looking for answers and things of that nature. So when you were a block burner, then you know you're progressing and you know, did you know that you were gonna be Big Sale?
I had no clue. The big set that you guys see now is nothing but God taking me step by step. I had
Mm-hmm.
no clue. I never set out to be a blogger, to be a podcaster, to be a person that to teaches motorcycle. I never set out to be that. Like I see my man Flacco on here. What up, Flacco? I love you, brother. And it just is what it is. Nothing gonna change that. I remember the first time I met Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
He had no colors on. He was. I don't even think he was even riding a dresser then. I think Flacco wasn't you riding a Dynabob, not a Sportster, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying I don't
yeah.
even believe he was riding. And I met him in Colorado. We were almost in Aspen, Colorado, somewhere when I met Flacco, and he was just as quiet and me. And a matter of fact, I don't even think he was even allowed to be in our conversations because that's how brand new he was.
Okay.
But I remember meeting him, and I remember, just different people like Preach Breed when he called me and told me his story, the whole 9 yards. For me, man, everything that you see me do is just who I am and what I do. I don't wake up in the morning basically with a game plan to say, okay, today in the motorcycle world, I'm going to blah 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 blah. I don't do that. I don't, it's just, it is what it is. My topics, when I do my podcast, my topics are what moves me, not what
Mm-hmm.
moves the crowd. Whatever I want to talk about. And what my most important thing is, what I try to talk about is the truth of it all. You
That
can
part.
accept whatever it is that you're going to accept, but this is the truth of it all. Whether it be if I'm speaking in reference to an OMC or a one percenter, or if I'm speaking in reference to us as men and women. My
Mm-hmm.
story is my story, and it's the truth how I know it according to the research that I do. Like, Retro, I'm up all night researching, just
Right.
YouTube University, researching this, researching that. There's a lot of stories and things that I would love to talk about, but it's not advantageous to us as a motorcycle community. So I don't touch on them. You feel what I'm saying? I
Right.
keep my peace sometimes. So I never started this thing, man, to be, big sale of FHO or big sale of the set. And I don't think I know everything. I know a lot of things when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
motorcycling, a whole lot. Like I even know how to work on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I know if I'm straight on the side of the road, what I'm supposed to do. So I do know a lot of things. I don't profess to know everything. I don't profess to have been everywhere, even though I've been mostly everywhere twice. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't profess to have been
That part.
everywhere. It just is what it is, man. For me, I am having a ball, bro. I'm having a ball with my life. I'm having a ball with my motorcycling, and I'm having a ball just in general, man. I'm at a good place right now, and I'm happy.
So if you had to explain who Big Sale was, how would you do that?
Big Sal is an asshole because he's gonna be straightforward. Big
Yeah.
Sal don't know how to he don't know how to sugarcoat shit. He don't know how to. It's hard for him not to. I used to be what used to get me in trouble is trying to help everybody solve their problems. Now Big Sale would tell you, fuck your problems. Hey man, that's hey, you know, like I tell everybody, if you need help, if you need anything in this world, if you need help, man, right now I'm doing pretty good. God has blessed me. So if you need anything, call me. Okay. If you need some help or whatever, call me. But first call Jesus. You know what I'm saying? First call Jesus. If Jesus don't answer, give him some time to answer. If Jesus don't answer, then you can call me. You understand me? So, I mean, when it comes to me, man, a lot of people just, I'm straightforward, bro. I'm straightforward. I say what's on my mind. And again, I got away from trying to help everybody because the help was getting twisted, you know. So now I'm just in my own lane, minding my own business, man. So it just is what it is, man.
We got the one and only GQ in the building, Mr. Ricky Henry. He
in
says,
the building, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He says, Cell is and has been an invaluable resource to the MC community and motorcycling in general, because, you know, there's a difference between the MC community and motorcycling. He's been an inspiration to me, giving me the courage to get out on my own way before I started documenting my own rides. I just hope to follow in the footsteps of this giant. That's what's up right there.
Say, man, you gonna make don't make me get emotional, homeboy. Don't make me get emotional.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Say, man. So like when it comes to, like, you got a bunch of greats on here. You got Roland Hodge, you got Flacco, you got GQ, you got Preach Breed, you got
Preach Breed, definitely a gem right there.
You got Hughes. I mean,
Hughes,
you got
definitely.
You come on, man. Listen, you gotta understand this. I'm a dude from Compton. Okay, I'm a dude from Compton, and for me to know these cats coming from where I come from, gang banging and the whole 9 yards, and 15 years in prison. I constantly tell that testimony. I'm 15 years in prison. For me to come from that, and to know these cats, to be able to pick up the phone and call Retro. Hey, Retro, what's happening, man? It's your boy. Oh, what up, Sal?
Yeah.
You know, to me, brother, you got to understand that I'm blessed beyond measure. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I get a lot of negative press, when I look around at the people that I know and the people that I can call and the people that will will answer the phone call for me and help me, bro, it outweighs all of the negative. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, it's just, for me, man, listen, I'm not perfect every day. And me and my girl Keisha Dixon, Lounge 2105, I need to go over there and check it out. Matter of fact, it's Taco Tuesday. So y'all should be over there getting some tacos. She may even be watching this at the lounge. At the hottest tacos of the ATL. Yeah, Keisha Dixon, Katie.
Yeah.
But anyway, even like me and her, like we go back and forth every day about me, her, life, you know, politics, whatever else the fuck we want to talk about. And it's just cool, man, to have people in your corner and around you that are not going to let you fail by being no yes man type of situation. They're not doing it. I got people around me be like, bro, we ain't, hey, knock that shit off. We ain't doing that.
Right,
you know,
right.
You're not finna say that. You're not finna do that. You know, you're not doing that. I'm like, but I thought that was cool. It ain't cool. Put it back. You know what I'm saying? And stand on that. And that's one of the things that I look at, man, that as a man, that I've encompassed myself around individuals who are not taking no wooden nickels, not even from me. Even though they, you know, we don't get a chance to just tell a story and just, oh okay, yeah, well, so we that was a good story. We love that. If it's a lie, no, you lying. You know, and I think that's what we all need to get back to. You feel what I'm saying? That it just, you know, just get back to holding each other accountable, man, and just getting back to just making sure we all have fun and we all have a ball, man. So
that's what's up, man. You got your homeboy in the building, the one and only Mr. Hero in the building. He's a big seller, something
man,
else,
listen.
but I love him though.
Hey, man, hey, listen, man, you gotta love Hero. My question to Hero though, my somebody asked me a question, Hero, and I was gonna call to ask you, but this would be the perfect platform to ask you. Somebody asked, do you only got one mask? Because they say that if you do that, they, you know, that mask should be retired because ain't no telling all of the fungi and mucus that's in that mask, and that's probably why. Anyway, that's a story for you. What's the next question?
Oh my
What's the
goodness,
next-
man! What made you leave the West Coast? Because I hear so many folks say the West Coast is the best coast. So why
The
would
West, now the West Coast, hands down, the West Coast is the best coast. Period. The West
I
Coast
ain't gonna
is the
argue
best
with
coast.
you?
Now it's dangerous on the West Coast, but the West
Mhm.
Coast is the best coast. But what made me leave, bro, was again going back and forth to prison, hustling, trying to find my lane, and just something in me saying, bro, I think you can, you can give yourself a better chance if you was not around all of the stuff that you was around. Not that it was their fault, but just give yourself a better chance. And for whatever reason, at the time, my homeboy Claudia, owner of Golden Touch Upholstery, I got with him and went into business with him, moved out here, and just never looked back. So
15 years is a long time, man. What you was in there for?
yeah.
You want to share with that? Share on that?
Oh no problem. I mean, I was in there. I started off. I got my first. So it was. Let me break it down. So
Okay.
my first time I went to prison for 36 counts of armed robbery. Okay, and they ran it. It was 2, 4, and 6. So they ran so many of them consecutive, concurrent, and
Mhm.
all that bull crap. So I ended up having to do 8 years of that. I did 8 years, and in the so 8 years, came home. I think I was home for maybe 9 months or maybe less than a year, and went back to prison for um actually so I went back to prison for perjury to the DMV. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This perjury to the DMV, got caught with 2 or 3 driver license and all some other shit. And then I went back again. So I mean, I went back to back to back, and then I went back the last time for forgery, and I was check writing and writing checks and credit cards and all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Going up in the bank, that type of stuff. And then, like I said, I got to the point to where I didn't even think um that it was even wrong what I was doing. I didn't even have no clue that it was wrong. Period. I just was, hey, bro, I'm getting money. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
That's what it was, but a little bit of everything. So
And and I think a lot of that has to do with with the environment that we find ourselves in. You know what I mean? Because I think it's our environment that we gauge our morals by. My mama used to say, bad communications corrupt good manners."
yeah.
Um,
Well, you gotta understand this too, though. My mom and dad was sheriff. My dad was chief,
huh? Say
and my
what?
mom, yeah, my mom and dad were both sheriffs, LA County sheriffs at the time when I was just this person.
Come on now,
You feel me?
Marcel Tillman. You can't be
Hey
doing this
man,
in mama and daddy sheriff.
hey man. I listen again, bro. It had got to the point to where I didn't even think what I was doing was illegal, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I'm looking at the judge, like, why is you tripping? Like, bro, I'm saying we ain't doing nothing but robbing.
yeah.
So
Wow.
that's how fucked up in the head I was as a youth, man. At that
So
time,
how does that?
trying
Because
to
I
find
know
my.
I know how you feel about your old man and your mom and everything. How did that affect you at that time with your relationship with them? Them both being sheriffs and you out there doing this crazy stuff.
I mean, well, that's one thing I can say about my mom and dad, man. They may have been frustrated, but they never stopped loving me. And right now, today,
Mm-hmm.
those are my best friends. Everybody know my dad is a big fella.
Mm-hmm.
Just a straightforward, straight up dude. Fair. He's one of the fairest men that I've ever met. I don't even know how he stays fair sometimes, because sometimes
Yeah.
it just ain't a fair situation. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? But just my dad, man. Anybody that knows my dad, you will fall in love with him as far as just what a man should be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that has allowed me to even get where I'm at now, because he has given me an example of what a man should be. Your word should be your word, and just do the best that you can with whatever it is that you want to do with the resources that you have, and all that. One thing my dad does not, we're not allowed to cry and complain about nothing, bro. He don't want to hear that shit at all. He don't want to hear no crying, no complaining. He not with none of that. So
Right.
I mean, and that's kind of where I get it from now. Even with me and my lifestyle now, even with my children, my wife, it's just hard for me to listen to anybody complain. I don't. Okay, well, fix it. If you ain't gonna fix it, then shut the hell up and let's keep it moving. So
Ain't no need to be complaining about it.
that part.
So let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Because inquiring minds want to know. Let's talk about FHO. At what point did you say, you know what, later for all these jokers, you might have used some other explicatives or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my own thing. How did that come about?
So FHO is birthed from block burners, regulators, kings, breed. It's birthed from. It has a little bit of all of that. The MC set period. From the OMCs, the one percenters, all of that is put into FHO. And what I did was after leaving the Kings, going through that at the height of the social media situation, and I'm having to make a choice. What made me leave the Kings was I had to make a choice to either give them total control of my social media or walk away. And I chose to walk away at that time because my social media was where it was at. That was my bread and butter.
Why would they need
And
control of your social media?
because at that time, apparently, I was saying a lot of stuff that was not supposed to be said. I was speaking too much truth at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the club and the club and my club brothers in the club higher ups was getting phone calls from the OMCs and the one percenters and threats and stuff like that. That's what was told to me.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, they was like, look, either y'all shut them up or we're gonna shut y'all up, type of thing. So they gave me the ultimatum, and I just decided to walk away. And I ain't gonna tell you. Let me say this too. Now it wasn't easy. I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby, man. I thought it was over with for me. I wanted to move back to California, sell my motorcycle, the whole 9 yards. Because at that time, you got to understand, I was a king for real. I don't think there's ever been another king. I don't think there's ever been another king, more king men and more king than me. And that's no disrespect to none of the kings that's out there now. Big Measy, all of them. Man, I could just name. I didn't even want to start naming, but Measy's off the top of my head. No disrespect to none of them because they king. They're doing their thing. Period. My man. Anyway, but I just at that time they took my right rib from me. You feel what I'm saying? When I had to walk away from there, I feel like I thought it was over with. It was a done deal for me. So it took me a while to recoup. And one thing that I said was I couldn't give up the love of motorcycling because it was still there. I still would want to ride. I still wanted to be out there. So I said, let me create something. And not to mention, we also tried at one time. I tried to bring before the Kings. I tried to bring a club here to Georgia that was from LA. That I tried to bring here.
So before you joined the Kings, you were trying to bring another club to the East Coast.
Man, and I cannot. What is the name of my club? I tried to hit my boy Bodacious and even Gorilla Blue was part of it. Anyway, I tried to bring them here, and we got voted in to start the chapter here from the council, and then Outkast came back at that time. Came back said, "We don't care that the council voted you in. They can't. We're not accepting it," type of thing. So I just said, "Okay, the hell with it." Started doing my research, found out about the AMA, and I said I wanted to start an organization where riding was the happiest thing you could do. You feel me? Where riding was the most important. Brotherhood, sisterhood, love,
There you
family.
go, right there, Hog Riders.
Hog life. Yeah, it was hog life. Hog life, what it was. Yeah. Thank you, John. It was hog life. I wanted to bring hog life to Georgia, which would have been one of the hottest MCs in Georgia. Anyway, so because of that, I said, okay, I did my research with the AMA, I contacted them, went through all that, submitted all the paperwork. And at the time, my videos were called Fast Harleys Only. So I just said, okay, well, I'll just do something with my brand because I was already, my EIN number and all that. My brand was already, up and running as far as, I had my S Corp already formed and all that. So I just said, okay, cool. I'll just start a family MC, a family MC or brand, not a family MC, but I'll just start a family club. And it'll be just strictly for people who actually love to ride, who do not care about the politics, who can get along, that are happy to see each other, respect each other, the whole 9 yards. and that was the birth of FHO.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the birth of FHO, and it started out, man. When I first came up with the concept, I didn't even realize how many people had been scorned by the MC.
Yeah.
Because when I first, it was so many people that were in limbo and that were scorned by the MC that swear to never join another MC again because of all the rules and the politics and the jealousy and all of the stuff that comes with the MC, man. The MC is, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But the jealousy and the envy will destroy any MC. And it has destroyed many of MCs before. So
Mm-hmm.
and that's one thing in FHO. You don't even have a chance to be jealous of nobody because you don't. There's no responsibility. There's no, there's nothing to be jealous of. I mean,
Yeah.
and we actually have built it to where you actually can do your own thing at your own pace on your own level.
Mm-hmm.
And we joke when we joke, and we say hi when it's we support each other, man.
So
That was
FHO is
that was
a motorcycle association.
it's an MA, Motorcycle
It's an MA.
Association. Yes. Mhm.
But a MA that just MCs better than most.
It's an MA that will kick the average MC's ass. Put it like that. I said it. I said it. I ain't taking it back. on Miles. Listen, we come in peace. We don't want no problem. On Miles, we would kick the average MC ass when it comes to riding Miles. But hey, we come in peace. We don't want no problems. One thing about FHO, if you say we can't be there, we don't have no problem with not being there. Trust and believe that, man.
Yeah. So I'll bring this up because you had mentioned it publicly. I guess last year sometime you had went to an event, and I guess I understand you were asked to leave. Is that correct?
Yeah, we ended up going to Fayetteville, North Carolina. It was a rare breed event, and actually it was a rare breed event along with I forgot the other lady's name. And actually we were coming because my sister from California, So Fly Kai, in the building. She was coming down, and we all just decided to go, be with her and support her because that's what we try to do any chance we get to be with family.
Mm-hmm.
And when we chose it, we rode out there. And I think I had me plus like 11. It was 11 of us total. And in the process of getting there, as it was one person there from Outkast, who I guess at the time had never heard of FHO or whatever. And his argument was our patches. Oh, you guys are rocking a 3-piece patch. Not to mention that we don't have MC or anything on our vest to even, anything like that. But it was a problem for him to the point to where it was just causing discomfort for everybody at the party. It was just causing a bad vibe. And one thing about me is I never want to be the fucked up person at the party. I never want to be the person that fuck up the party. But again, FHO's motto is, hey, brother, if you don't want us here, we don't have a problem with leaving anywhere. I don't care. We could ride 3,000 miles and you say, hey, we don't want us there. We will turn around and leave and go, get away from you and go to where we're going to go and hang out with ourselves. That's one thing I love about FHO is all of our members, we can hang out with ourselves. So anyway, he decided that it was a problem. Me personally didn't want to, out of respect for Breed and their whole get out at the party and everybody in the party, we didn't want to push the line, so we just ended up leaving. And when I got back to Atlanta, we got everything talked about and worked out, and it was what it was, man. It was just a situation, a situation that, again, one person felt, the need to flex, I guess.
Go figure, huh? I'm gonna pop something on the screen, Big Sale, and I want your take on it. The dangers of quitting. Where would you be if you'd have quit when you felt like quitting?
Wow. Well, of course I wouldn't be here if I had to just decided if I had to took the lick on the chin from the Kings and just said I'm done with the motorcycling shit. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I probably would have, went back to pimping or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. At that time, I didn't even have nothing else to do. I didn't even have. I mean, motorcycling was everything that I did. I was just telling, who was I talking to today? And I was just telling them, I remember going to bed every night burning up the sheets, burning up the bed, so that we could get back up in the morning to go back to get on the bikes and ride again. Whether we was riding to work, whether we was riding to breakfast. I mean, we just rode all day, every day. I would almost love to see, if we were doing mile challenges back then, I would almost love to see back then the bikes from Snowman, everybody that had Harleys and sports, even the sports bikes. I would love to see the miles that Atlanta bike riders, Atlanta motorcycle set collected, because I don't know. I'm almost willing to bet that back in the day, when the Atlanta bike set was on fire, and again, please, I'm not saying that it's not on fire right now. I'm just saying when I was in the Atlanta bike set heavy, when it was on fire, I'm almost willing to bet, Retro, that damn near everybody that was in the club, or everybody that was relevant in their club, had 60, 70, 80, 100,000 miles on their motorcycle. Because that's all we did every day. I think gas must have been free back then. I don't even remember paying for gas back. I don't even remember paying for gas back then. I mean, gas had to be free back then, if I'm not mistaken.
So they was getting down. In your opinion, what is the best set?
What's the best set?
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten around, Mr. Him be everywhere, so, you got your Atlanta, you got your West Coast, you got, in your opinion, top three best sets that you've experienced.
Okay. Wherever FHO is at, that's the best set. Wherever we at.
That part right there.
Anywhere FHO is in the building is on and cracking.
It's on and popping.
Number 2 is on and popping. Number 2, I would say the West Coast. You gotta love the West Coast. The bike set, the energy, the camaraderie, the love, it's just crazy. Pandemonium. 24/7 is pandemonium on some bike stuff. I mean,
yeah.
It's like you almost, in order to be in a club in LA, you have to qualify to, you got to know how to get sideways first. If you can't get sideways, if you can't do a stunt, a trick sideways, or burn rubber, or do something, you're not qualified to be in a club. So you got to give it to the West Coast. My third thing would be Georgia. Period. I mean, Georgia's the shit. I mean, hands down, Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Georgia. I'm just gonna say Georgia. I don't want to say Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia bike set is crazy. When the summer is in full swing here in Georgia, and the weather is just back to back good days.
Yeah.
I mean, the motorcycle scene is crazy. It's stupid out here. I mean, you got to understand this. So if I had to say it based on events, like, I'm just gonna say, let's just put events. What the coast first. So for example, you got the Soul Brothers coming up in April. Bananas, Arizona Soul Brothers.
Yeah.
Fucking bananas.
Yeah.
As they say, unbelievable. It's it's bananas. If you've never been to the West Coast and you've never been to an Arizona Soul Brothers function, you're crazy. It's unbelievable. It's bananas. The whole city is on fire, motorcycles everywhere. It's also, as a quote unquote white bike week at the same time, Arizona Soul Brothers thing. If they interact at some point. So it's motorcycles everywhere in Arizona.
Yeah.
Then you would have to say, then you got to come back in June and say Rare Breed Mother Chapter. Come on, bro. When I tell you there's no room outside on the sidewalk for their event. Yeah. The sidewalk is packed. You can't even, it's bananas, period. Then you have to, do not forget, you got to come back to Atlanta for Kings of the South in July. Oh my God. Whatever them Kings, it's something about the Kings, man, that they draw all of the ladies, period. You feel me? Whatever they putting in the Kool-Aid, into whatever they doing, man. But again, they shuts it down, hands down. They shuts it down. It just is what it is. You got Tampa next level. You got Iron Hogs, Phoenix. Also, you got Soul Brothers Fresno. I mean, come on, bro. When it comes to me personally, I love the West Coast. In a few events that's here down south or whatever, whatnot. Don't forget you got the East Bay Dragons. Come on, bro. I mean, so I guess if you had to say, I'm gonna be on the West Coast this year more than down south. So
Okay, that's what's up. Two questions that I must address that have just
Go
popped
ahead.
up. Okay, so number one, we got Uncle Hughes in the building, aka Low Key. Big Cell is probably the most influential personality on the national black bike set. He pioneered this podcast game, which is what I always say. You definitely laid the blueprint. Talk to me, Big Cell.
I mean, if that's what you guys give me, I not only do I appreciate it, I take it, I embrace it, and again, I love it. I mean, I never did it for that recognition right there, and that guy that gave it to me, Hughes. That guy that gave it to me, Hughes. It's a big honor for him, especially who he is, and if
Solid
people
brother.
knew who he is in his personal life. I mean, just forget who we know on the bike set, but just him as a person, as a man, what he stands for, his job, the whole 9 yards. So that accolade coming from him, brother, is beyond huge and solid dude. I call him all the time. Hey, man, do you think I was wrong when I said this or did that? Like, nah, I think it was on point. So I value his opinion and I value that. And as far as the podcast game go, I believe I was one of the first to do it. Now my numbers and my following don't dictate that, and I'm fine with that because I never did it for the numbers and I never did it for the recognition. I did it because I just felt like it was a void that needed to be filled in the motorcycle community, and there was a gap that needed to be bridged from the west to the south, up north and down to the bottom. So for me, I mean, it was my way of saying, hey, look, we ride motorcycles over here too. And hey, look, they ride motorcycles over here too. And hey, look, you can come over here and kick it. So that's what it was for me. That's what the whole thing started for me. And I got to give credit to this dude right here, man.
The Chosen.
Yo, testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
That's how I got that heat. Let's go.
Greg Street in the building.
I got to give credit to that dude.
Do so.
He was the one, Greg Street, the world's famous Greg Street, was the one that said, Sal, you got to do a podcast. Sal, we need to get on this podcast. Sal. And because I was doing a radio show at a station first. I started a show at a station first. And then he was like, bro, the radio station ain't it. You got to get to a podcast. That way you'll be able to say what you want to say, how you want to say it, the whole 9 yards. So I got to give him a shout out to Greg Street for pushing me into the podcast realm. And then, like I said, the fact that I just wanted to bridge the gap and show everybody that, hey, it's people over here like us having just as much fun on these motorcycles as well. So
True indeed. All right, let's get to the second one. Coming in from Big Sarge. Shout out to Big Sarge once again. So his question is, do you feel like you are respected today for your contributions to the MC set?
Not at all. Not at all. And I've had to learn to understand that. Again, I've been places where a whole conversation was had about me and I'm standing right there and they didn't even know it was me. A whole negative conversation was being had about me and the guy didn't even know it was me. He was just basically going off of something that he heard from somebody else. There's been stories told about my contributions in different clubs that that I'm not getting, that I didn't get the credit for, that somebody else got the credit for, or there's contributions on this set that people have done and that I've personally helped and guided and led and did the whole 9 yards that they turned around and didn't give me the credit for, and I'm fine with that. I don't do it. I don't do it for the credit, for the pat on the back. Everything I do, Retro, even like you were here, you got a chance to see the studio. I didn't build this studio to say, look at my studio. I built it because hey, this is what I wanted. And a lot of people don't even understand how vested I am into giving you this game.
Oh, you got some serious investment going on in that studio, man. No, I mean, real talk.
So a lot of people don't even understand what you've invested. Well, I tell people this all the time. I know how to motorcycle. I got relationships. I can go anywhere damn near the world. So when I take the time to give you this game or to teach you this game or to show you this and that, that's for you. It's not for me. And me and Retro both know that we could spend time doing a whole riding and doing some other stuff than sitting here making sure that you have what you need to be safe, and you have what you need to have fun and to venture out in the whole 9 yards. So that question, man, is I don't think it's a matter of if I ever do feel the total love and respect of what my contribution. At this point I don't even care. It is what it is. I know what I've done. When I hear the stories, I laugh, at the inconsistencies, and I just keep it pushing. And again, I got to give mad shout out to Big Sarge. I mean, what he's doing with his I-10 to the end and
big deal.
his Iron Elite movement and the whole 9 yards, what he's doing and the adversities he's facing with just trying to make all of this happen, man. And people,
They don't understand.
People judging your pockets and who you think you are and that kind of stuff, man. I mean, listen, Sarge, I love you, brother. You know that me and you are off of these podcasts, off of these cameras, off of these computers. You know I love you. I'm down for you. And brother, I am so proud of you. I'm proud that the Iron Elite movement, the I-10 to the end, landed into the hands of somebody with true passion and a true love for motorcycling. Because I don't see it being successful any other way. Retro. I'm happy and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the Retro Show. I'm proud of you being retro and you having the show because nobody else could do it the way that you do it, brother. And to keep the sanctity and to keep God first, brother. And this world that we live in today is again an amazing feat. So I'm proud to have people like you guys give me any kind of credit, and that what outweighs the people that don't give me credit, or the messed up stories. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've said this over and over again, and there's no shame in my game, man. When I first came into the quote unquote motorcycle community, whatever, because I've rode all my life, but I never really associated with the motorcycle scene, if you will. And so I started, I had questions. So I started seeking answers. And I came across your podcast and I started watching you get down and everything. And then, there were a few others that would pop up here and there, but I found myself always coming back to your content because it was real, it was authentic, it was consistent. I would pick up on your content, fact check it, and it proved to be correct. You know what I'm saying? So I saw your passion, I saw your hurt, I saw your frustration. And I'm the kind of person you cannot woo me with your success stories. I'm curious about your tough moments. I'm concerned about the moments when you're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because on a good day, everybody can be peaches and cream. But where are you when stuff gets tough? That
part right there, and that's the part. Like I tell a lot of people when I watch these other channels and stuff, and I breeze through them or whatever, it's just not there. I mean, for me, and again, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not knocking nobody. And let me say this right now on your podcast. I did not take your money and do anything that you see me do. You guys have not paid me. You guys have not paid me enough money because that's y'all constantly put money in his pocket. No, you're not. Trust and believe that it's not happening that particular way.
Right.
So I just want to get that out there right now. So you watching my video and liking my video, I appreciate you, but I don't owe you a dime. So because it didn't even pay me that much in residuals.
That whole part right there. And real talk, man. To explain that is not even folks gonna be folk, man. If you're making money, they're gonna talk about you. If you're broke, they're gonna talk about you. Folks just gonna talk just to talk. But some advice came through that might help you out a little bit, Big Sal. Courtesy of the one and only Mr. Country. He said, if you want your numbers up, you need a bigger behind. Yeah, you need to go get one of them BBLs or something. He said your numbers don't show because you ain't showing enough. Yeah. So you get you one of them BBLs and show it every now and then, and your numbers gonna go up.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a response.
Don't you find one? This is a retro show.
This is my response to Country right here.
Okay.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. So let's talk about that.
You need people like me.
The guts to be who you want to be. The guts to be who you are.
Man.
Period,
man.
Have you had to struggle with that? Have you ever got to the crossroads
All the time.
where? So let's talk about that. What keeps you from selling out?
Listen, man. I wanted to sell out. Listen, so let me. And I think I've told this story maybe before. I'm not sure. And Queen will tell you, my wife wanted to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I was offered a Netflix deal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was offered a Netflix deal, and it was to do a biker show on Netflix, and the producers and everybody, and we had talked about it and met, and so now here it is, time to go sit down and sign the contract and get the check. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never been in one of these corporate meetings, they always make sure that it's a long table, like a 24 people table.
Yeah.
Where they're on one end and you walk in and you sit at this end right here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I walk in today. This is payday today. I'm okay. We've already talked about the show, the whole 9 yards, and this is gonna be the shit. I'm still gonna be on TV. Oh, here's my chance, the whole 9 yards. And the first thing they do is we hey, Mr. Tim, how you doing? Come on in, blah, sit down, blah, blah, blah. These are the producers, these are the writers. And I'm saying, wait. What you mean writers and producers? I thought this was just y'all was gonna turn the cameras on and follow me. Oh yeah, well we are, but we got some other stuff in motion and these are okay, and blah 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 blah. And I'm saying, wait a minute, this ain't what we talked about. Oh, okay, well don't worry about it. And they slid the envelope down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine a cat at this time. I'm not as well off as I am now. All glory be to God.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't homeless. I was just homeless. I was, me and Queen was every day struggling the whole
Right.
yard. And they hand you a check for, I think the check was, I want to say $385,000 with my name on it. $385,000.
Nice.
Mr. Tillman, this is all yours right here. Plus, and I'm saying, ooh, wait, 385, Lord.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna start. But they say, so let's just talk about the first scene. So here it is. Now I got a check in front of me for $385,000. It's a contract sitting right here. And you ready for the first scene?
Yeah.
In the first scene, I am supposed to go over to Snowman's house, help him work on his motorcycle to get him ready to leave to go out of town the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're going to film me going over there, me helping him with his motor. Because like I told you, I can work on motorcycles. I just don't do it because, the unappreciative stuff is real. Anyway, but I'm supposed to go over there and help him work on his motorcycle. And Snowman to tell you, I have helped him work on his motorcycle. I have put his whole left side together, primary and all of that. He'll tell you that. That's fact. So anyway, I was supposed to go over his motorcycle. They're going to film me going over there in the garage with me and him at this time. And we're going to work on his motorcycle. Boom. I'm going to help him pack up, go home the next day, come back the next morning now, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and ride him to the state line. Okay. Now, once I leave the state line, they want me to come back to his house and knock on the door and talk to Angie, his wife.
Come on, Big Sal. What's that for?
That was going to be, they were going to set that up as the end of the show, to where Snowman would eventually find out that I went back to his house to talk to Angie about really where he was going.
Yo,
so listen. I say, wait, hold up. There's these people are real. I'm a real person. He's a real person. Yeah, this is real shit. The people on the set ain't the people on the set ain't gonna go for this. This is some slimy shit. We don't do that. Yeah, but just imagine you and Snowman gonna be best of friends the whole year, and then he's gonna find out in the end, blah blah blah. You're the one. No. He we're not doing that.
Wow.
And guess what they tell me? They say, so you're telling me you're gonna turn down $385,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as hard as that was, as hard as that was, brother, I walked away from that Netflix deal. I still ended up making some kind of money because they had paid me. I had a contract, like a 2-year contract, and then so they paid me for like a year and a half, I think it was, or 2 years, because COVID had hit, and there was nothing that they can do. But what'd you say? Country said it sounds like a reality show.
Yeah. That's not drama, man. That's like, come on, man. You gonna pay, dude? That's wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we glad you stayed true to your,
I mean that's just one instance, man. I got other instances where I've been asked to promote this product or advertise this product, and I'm not doing it. If I don't believe in the product, if I don't believe in whatever it is you're selling, then I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm just not doing it.
So at what point did you get to the point where, you were able to reach out to these companies so they begin to reach out to you?
Well, actually, and same thing like I tell you, same thing like I tell GQ, same thing like I tell SAR, same thing like I tell everybody, Lavish, my boy Lavish, same thing like I tell everybody, man. All you got to do is continue to be you, and these companies will reach out to you. And this is the biggest thing, and I'm telling you guys this: stand firm to what you're worth. It's gonna be scary to tell somebody I need $500,000 or $700,000. It's gonna be scary to do that, but trust me, they're spending that and more. You feel me? My first deal with True Religion, I sold out for $200,000 because I thought I didn't even. That's what they offered me. I didn't know, but then my next one was over $1 million. It was over $1 million. So for me, at the end of the day, I know my worth now. Even when it comes to promoting and advertising your club event or your club party, if you want me to promote your event, I have set prices, but of course I always, alter those prices for different people that I love. But I do get paid for advertising. So don't get mad at me if I don't promote your event. I get paid to promote. People pay me to promote it. People pay me to advertise. People pay me to show up. People pay me to get on the mic. People pay me to do all of that. That's it just is what it is. So a lot of people have a problem with, man, I'm not paying you to come to, okay, well then don't pay me. It's not a problem.
Right. Yeah. Country trying to set you up, man. He trying to get a big booty, and now he trying to send you to a puffy party.
See what I'm saying? Listen here, Country. Listen, I'm not gonna show the video of where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Right before you. You know what I'm saying? I got the video, man. I got the video.
Country wilding out on us tonight, man.
That is another great, man. For that man to survive what he survived and still even wants to ride a motorcycle.
That part.
Crazy.
I mean, he went through it like a beast.
Like, listen, bro, I'm telling you. I mean, you talking about life-changing situations. I mean, so that's another one of my heroes and one of my greats over there, man. Freddie Chico in the building. That's my partner. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
We went down to we did the I-10 to the end a couple years ago when we did it, and that's when we got a chance to meet Big Country, and he met us. We was there in Arizona. We met him at the gas stop. We probably rode about maybe 200 miles together. It was me and my wife. I was pulling a trailer. He had that purple bike. What was the name of that purple bike, man? Oh boy, I can't remember the name of his purple bike, man.
I think it was called No Miles. I think it was called No Miles. I think that's the name of it. No Miles.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, No Miles. It was called No Miles.
We take off. First of all, he filled us up, and then he rolled us out about 200 miles. And as we was taking off, he caught some footage and he was like, buy a tank, burn a tank. That's what you do when your bros come to your state.
Hey man, that's what we've been doing that forever, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Country even, like I said, he even came in one time when I was made it to Arizona, brought me a jack so I could clean my chain on my motor. I mean,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, again, this is just what we do. If you come to Atlanta, you need a place to
that's
stay.
What
People,
it was. Yeah.
Hughes, anybody, man, y'all call. Hey, man, Sal, man, come on through, man, and get you a nice rest, get you a meal on, or whatever we go. I mean, that's just what we do, man. That's what all. I can even say the same thing for Roland Hodge. I came through, and he actually he met me on the freeway and guided me into. I mean, it's just listen, man, the love of the human being, man, and the motorcycle rider is there. If you participate, if you go out and you ride it and you look for it, it's there. It doesn't require nothing but for you to be you, and you will reciprocate the benefits of it all, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Let me ask you this, Big Sal. I don't want to take up all your time. I'll keep on talking with you, man, because
you better give me while you can.
All right, there you go. That part right there. So the motorcycle set has, in many occasions, gotten a bad name. What can we do to change that?
Everybody mind their business.
Mm-hmm.
From our OMCs to my 1%ers. Y'all do
Mm-hmm.
y'all thing. Let us do our thing. You know, like I tell everybody all the time, man. When this what we over here, we party and step on people's shoes by accident, bump into people by accident. Over there, if that's not what y'all do, then that's fine. But don't come over here with don't be bringing your rules
Mm-hmm.
over there to over here, because that's not what we do over here. I just believe that if everybody was to to get in their own zone and get on their own level and to understand this, what is you coming to the party for if you're not coming to party?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. What is you left your house mad, mean, and upset with intentions on coming to somebody else's whole party and start shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing I have a problem with, man. Is like, listen, bro, we gotta, as first off, as black men to black men and black men and black women to black, as from black to black, number one. And I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
make this a racial thing, but for our culture on a whole, we have to get back to start respecting what it is, bro. I did not leave my house, get on my motorcycle, make it all the way to the party for you to have a problem with me, or to where I got to fight my way out or get killed or anything else. That is not why I did that. I came because they said it was a party, and I came to party and fellowship with some of my bros. That's it. It's to the point now where, man, I don't know. I could say a lot about that, but if everybody
Mm-hmm.
if everybody would just man up and mind their own fucking business, I think the bike set will grow into something that is so huge. Mistakes are going to be made.
Absolutely.
Toes are going to be stepped on. People are going to bump into you. Your drink is going to get spilled. Nobody is going to disrespect your woman, a woman that doesn't want to be disrespected. Nobody's going to put their hands on a woman that don't want her, that don't want your hands. That's just not what we do. We don't do that. You feel what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when that type of stuff happens, that's that individual. That's that person. They came with the intentions of fucking up the party. And that's the part we got to start standing up to. Stop letting people come to your party with the intentions on fucking up the party. And let me say this. If you cannot or will not or don't know how to or are scared to secure and defend your party, stop fucking having them. Period.
Don't have them.
Period.
So at what point? Well, it is what it is. At what point do you look to shift? Because when we was in our 20s, we did things a certain way. When we in our 20s and 30s, so do you outgrow the party set or the party scene?
Yes, I don't even. For me, man. Let me tell you something, Retro.
Mhm.
Me and you can leave Atlanta, headed to. I'm just gonna say Arizona. We're headed to Arizona. I don't even give a damn about the party in Arizona. I just care about what me and Retro gonna laugh at on the way to Arizona and on the way,
Mhm.
because that's where the fun is. That's the fun is in the ride. Once
That
we
part.
get to the destination, listen, let me give y'all the best advice ever. If you want to have the hottest event ever, put everything at the host hotel.
Okay.
Put everything at the host hotel. You mean to tell me I can pull up, park my bike, ain't never got to get on until it's time to leave again? I'm here. The pool party is here. The party is here. The meet and greet is here. The food vendors is here. Everything is at the host hotel. Boy, look here. We will party like rock stars in that joint. So for me, it's never about the party. I may attend, if I go to 30 anniversaries, I
Mhm.
may actually pop up. To maybe 3 actual parties. Maybe, like I said, and I can probably name them. Anyway, probably 3
Yeah.
actual parties.
What place do you want to ride to that you haven't already been, whether it's a restaurant, monument, or whatever?
I don't think it's a place that I would like to ride to. It's a place that I would love to ride in. I would love to ride my motorcycle in Africa.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think it's a. I think I've written to every place that I can that I really. I mean, like there's maybe a restaurant or two that I would love to visit.
Yeah.
But if I don't get there, I don't get there. But my dream would be to have my motorcycle shipped to Africa,
Nice.
and ride in Africa, or ride through Africa, ride in Africa. Again, Highway Smiley had his bike put on a boat, shipped over to Belize, shipped over to Cuba. I'm sorry, shipped through from Belize to Cuba.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the most gangsterous shit ever.
That's some
bro.
whole nother
what I'm
level
saying?
stuff right there.
That's what I'm saying. When people go ride in Russia and Paris and all that, bro. For me, I would love to be rich enough to where I can call up Retro, I can call up Country, I can call up Hughes, I can call up Sarge. I can say, hey, they coming to pick your motorcycle up. You got 2 months to get ready, man. We're gonna be in Africa riding motorcycles.
That part. And
You know,
Uganda,
that-
what they
that-
call a motorcycle? Picky
What's
picky.
that?
Picky picky.
Picky. Well,
That's what they call it in
picky our
Uganda.
ass off. We're gonna picky our ass off there in Uganda, right now.
Oh gosh. Beautiful time I had when I was over there, man. Beautiful time, man. Moby said, man, them lions gonna tear you up.
Hey man, hey Moby, they gonna have to catch me because I'm on that 135, Moby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
so we appreciate it. So let's see here. So we got FHO now. It's doing its thing, man. And of course, Fast Harleys only. How'd you come up with that name and why?
Fast Harley's only derived from at the time when when I started the race scene here in Georgia. I'm gonna just take my flowers. So
Take the credit. Take the credit.
Yeah. When I started the race scene here in Georgia, Fast Harley's only was what I came up with, but it actually means so much more than that.
Mhm.
I came up with Fast. Fast for me, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break Fast Harley's only down. So Fast stands for in life, you gotta move fast. You gotta make decisions at a faster pace than average in order to be in front of the game, in order to be in front of the pack, in order to be the person, and in order to be the lead, you gotta think faster. You gotta move faster. You gotta be fast at what you're gonna do. So that's where the fast come from. Harley's was a representation of a brand, a strong brand, whether it be American made, you can say it's Mexican made, whatever you want to say, but they have built a reputation for being a solid brand. We're not saying that they were not saying that they built a solid motorcycle, but just the representation of what the word Harley's mean, the brand Harley's, period. So you got moving fast, always staying ahead and staying in front of everybody. Then you got the brand that has branded itself to be a worldwide conglomerate. And then the only part stands for I can only care about what I'm doing. I can't care about what Retro is doing. I can't care about what Big Sarge is doing. I can support them, but I can only really care. My only concern and my only control comes with what I'm able to do with me. So we're going to move fast. We're going to brand ourselves worldwide, and we're going to care about our business and handle our business. Fast Harley's only.
Fast Harleys only. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. So Big Sal,
Yes, sir.
you got so much going on, man. You got a beautiful wife, you got a beautiful home, you got a beautiful studio, you got beautiful motorcycles, multiples, and they all got motors in them, and and all that good stuff. How do you stay grounded?
By just knowing that God is real.
Mm-hmm.
just knowing that everything that you see me do and everything that you see me accomplish comes from just me making the best choices that I can make at the time that I make them. Knowing that I'm not perfect. Go ahead.
But you cuss too much to know God.
No, because God know he ain't done with me yet. He know who I is. He know how
But
I tell him all the time. He played too much.
But you talk too much trash to know God.
Listen, man, I know who God is and God know who I is, and that's art. See, that's the problem. People worried about my relationship with God.
Come on now. Preach it.
Yeah. He know who I is, and he know how I get down. And he know, he created it. He know, he created a dang fool. He know that. But at the end of the day, brother, my whole thing about it is that even like I tell people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the curse word that's the problem. It's the attitude and the tone in which you use it is the problem.
Gorilla Blue ain't got no sense, man.
you can make anything derogatory.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel what I'm
yeah.
saying?
True.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can make anything. You can make any word derogatory. You could totally destroy somebody without using any curse word whatsoever. So it is what it is, and I'm working on it, man. God know He ain't through with me yet, so I'm trying my best, to get better at it, and
But
hopefully one day. Go ahead.
that was one thing that drew me to you as well. Because me being who I am, I ain't been in the church all my life. As they say, real recognize real, right? So I'm watching your content. I'm hearing, because some of the stuff you be addressing and stuff, it'd be kind of big sellish, but I'm able to see beyond that, if that
Mm.
makes sense, and there's a sincerity that you possess, even as it relates to your relationship with Christ. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that, and I wanted to get to this, and find out, where did you get it from? Was it from your mother? Was it from your father? Was it from an auntie, a grandmother? I know you've done some things in the past, but you've got a connection with God, and my humble opinion, that can't be denied. It might not, your walk might not be my walk, but there's something there.
Well, first off, you gotta. I was born and raised with that. My mom and dad, my mom, the mothers, my aunties and our uncles. When we were coming up,
Hmm.
they created something called the Joy Circle. The Joy Circle was for all. It was a way for all of our mothers to get together, all of the cousins and the aunties and the nieces and etc. They would get together every week. We would go rotate to one of our cousins' house, and
Hmm.
we would have Bible study. We would have to learn the Bible, learn the books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, First Samuel, Second Samuel. All that old good stuff. You,
Come
you
on
feel
now,
what I'm
stop
saying?
showing off, big self. Stop
Yeah,
showing
yeah,
off,
hey
man.
man,
Stop showing off,
I'm
man.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, all
So
right, all right.
we would, and it was every Thursday. Our parents did this for us every Thursday.
Nice,
So I mean,
nice.
it comes from me, from my family, from my dad, from my mom, from my aunties, from my uncles. The Joy Circle, man. Me and all my cousins and whatever friends that we could get to come. And after that, we would all play and hang out and all that. But
Hmm.
it was all about you know, it was all about that. So that's
Motorcycle
where it comes
ministry.
from.
What comes to mind when you hear that? Motorcycle ministry.
That's hard.
Hmm.
You guys got a hard road. You got you got
Don't laugh at me, big
y'all.
self.
Yay, y'all. I more. I pray for you guys
Hmm.
daily, and, and,
Yeah.
and, and you and my partner in California, my boy
Nate.
Nate Sessions.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
my Pastor Nate. Boy, y'all. I don't know how y'all do it. I just
Yeah.
it's but I love you, and I'm proud of you, and keep doing what you do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That
That's
part.
what's up.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We
yeah.
we we have some sleepless nights. I woke up this morning. I was telling my wife, it was a weird night, man. I literally had dreams and stuff, and so anyway, without going into a whole bunch of detail, man, we are lifting different ones up as the Lord leads us, on the set as a whole, excuse me. And I do believe that we have a mission. When I say we, I'm talking motorcycle ministry as a whole. I think Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry is the baddest this side of heaven. But there are some other
Yeah.
great motorcycle ministries that are out there. With the little platform that we have, man, we just want to be able to offer something to some of the other motorcycle ministries, as well as the motorcycle community as a whole. So, yeah, so it's not easy, but it's doable.
Okay. Let me give y'all this before we get this show on too long. I'm gonna give you guys, and this is my formula. If anybody take this formula and say you heard it anywhere else, you're lying.
Okay.
I'm finna give you the Yonder formula.
Mm-hmm.
If you use this formula, you can go anywhere in the world and you will not fall short. You ready?
Go
Okay.
for it.
The Yonder formula. You take the miles
Mm-hmm.
distance to and from the distance from your house to the destination. You do that times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You take that and you divide it by 150. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull out let me do this with my calculator at the same time so I can make sure
Now the
my math is right.
150 is going to
Hold
be
on. Let's just say, hold on. Let's just say let me see. Let me do it like this. Let me see. Hey Siri, How far is it from here to California? So Siri says California for me, from my house to where I am now to California, is 2,495 miles. So we just gonna say 2,500. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 2,500 times 2. Where's my calculator? Calculator. Where you got calculator? So we're gonna take 2,500 times 2. This is the Yonder formula now. Y'all better, I made this up. Y'all better not steal. Don't be trying to steal it. So it's 20 to get
I've used
to
it.
get to California. 2,500 times 2. That's 5,000 miles. You gotta do 5,000 miles. Now you take 5,000 and you divide that by 150.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me clear that. 150. And that equals 33.3. So we always round up to 34. Now, what the 150 is, Retro, is the average tank of gas that we run on a Yonder trip. We do anywhere between 150 and 180, but sometimes we run it hard, so 150.
Correct.
And that's about 2 hours on a motorcycle. So two and a half hours. So it's telling you now to do 5,000 miles, it's going to take you 34 tanks of gas. Do 5,000 miles on a motorcycle. Okay. Now you take the 34, clear. You take 34 and you times that. Clear. I said clear, calculator of mine. 34 times 25. That gives you $850. Now the 25 is the average tank of gas. That's correct. The average tank of gas from here, because gas goes up, gas goes down. You might pull into a gas station like we did one time, where it was the only gas station available, and the gas was $7.99 a gallon. Okay, so 25 represents the average amount of gas. So that's just told me that I'm gonna go to California. And back. From here to California and back is gonna cost me $850 in gas. Okay, that's that. So now, $850 round trip to go from here to California and back. Now, so we got the gas out. We got the gas out the way.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you don't spend in gas, you save that to come home with whatever. Now, the other part is, I tell everybody right now, Retro, what you say, the average hotel is averaging about between 125 and
125, 145, give or take, I would say.
Okay, so let's do the high end. Okay. So now we gotta do, we're gonna do 5,000 miles. So we're gonna be gone. This is a 10-day trip. So that means that we're gonna do the high end, and we said 150 or we said 150, 145. What do we say?
I said 145. You say 150.
Okay.
Okay.
I said we'll go 150.
Okay.
150 a night, because you don't want to sleep with nobody. You don't want to share a room with nobody. You too bougie to share a room. So your room is 150 a night. Because you don't want to, because me, Retro, and Gorilla Blue, we're going to figure it out, player. We're going to
figure it out, man.
Yeah, we going to figure out that little $60, $70 a piece and call it.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, but because you don't want to share a room, because you all by yourself, you whatever, you have 150 a night. So you're going to be going 10 nights. So you do 10 times 150, that's $1,500. So right now you're at $1,500 plus $850. That is your total trip from here to California and back. That gives you $2,350. Now, I'm telling you, you're gonna come home with $400 or $500 of that if you are not spending crazy. Now, this the other part. So they say, well, Sal, how many days it's gonna take? This is what I tell people. We got to do 5,000 miles. You need to know how many days that you have available to do 5,000 miles. That's going to determine how many miles a day we're going to ride. So, for example, Retro, we got 5,000 miles. Retro, you got 9 days off work. You got to be back to work on the 10th day. How many miles a day do we have to ride in order to make this ride?
Say it again. We got what now?
We're going on this ride. We got 5,000 miles to do, and you only got 9. You got to be back in 9 days. In 9 days, you have to be back at your house. Okay. How many miles a day do we have to ride?
We got to do at least about, I'm gonna say about like 800 miles at least.
So if you do 800 miles, so listen, how many days do you want to be off the bike? How many days do you want to be at the event? You got to minus that first.
Okay.
So you got 9 days to make the whole trip. How many days do you want to be off your bike? Do you want to be there Friday, Saturday? We want to leave Sunday, or you want to be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
We're gonna get there Thursday.
So we're gonna get there Thursday. So you mean
Yeah.
you want to be off your bike Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Do we want to leave on Sunday, or we're gonna leave on Monday?
We're gonna leave on Sunday. I don't party hard. We're gonna leave on Sunday.
Okay, so that means we only got Friday and Saturday. So that means now we got 7 days to do 5,000 miles.
Okay.
Because 2 of those days we're not moving. Remember, we're not moving Friday and we're not moving Saturday.
Okay.
So you're gonna do 5,000 divided by 7.
So we got 714 miles
every day that we got to do minimum to make that trip happen.
That's cakewalk, man. We got that, Big Sal. Yeah, we got that. You know, a guy like you smashing 18 before you even blink.
I'm just telling, but I'm teaching people how to put it all together as far as the formula. So you can be realistic with yourself. You don't have to have 1,000-mile days, but sometimes you may have to have 1,000-mile days if you don't have the time.
Right.
The more time you have, like in that situation, you had 9 days total to do the trip. You wanted to be off the bike for 2 days. You said Friday and Saturday we chilling. So that mean for 7 days we got to knock out 5,000 miles. And then that's
for me to go all the way across country, man, I'd find it hard not to go without having that amount of time at least, because there's so much to do. I'd hate to go.
The average out of town, the average yonder trip is 10 days.
Yeah,
3 days on the bike, 3 days on the bike, 4 days off the bike, and 3 days back on the bike. The average yonder trip, your average yonder trip is 10 days, 10 full days. So, and we normally gonna leave on Sunday and be back that following Wednesday. You should be home that following Wednesday. We're gonna leave home Sunday morning, and you should be back home that following Wednesday. And that's barring no breakdowns, no setbacks, no none of that. So.
Right. Benjamin
Blue say the
first leg 1,000.
Thou
wow. Out the gate. Snook said to post up that formula. If any of the viewers want to get that formula, Big Sal, do you have that posted anywhere on your page or anything?
No, I can. What I'll do is I'll put it on the Iron Elite. I'll type it out for the Iron Elite page and put it on there.
Good deal.
But again, just remember total miles divided by 150 times 25, and that tells you how much gas is going to take for you to do the trip. The average hotel night is 150. If you're not sharing, you do that 150 times however many nights you're going to be on the road, and then you take your miles and you say how many days you have available for the trip minus how many days you want to be off the bike, and you divide that by and that will tell you how many miles minimum a day that you have to do. So when people ask me, "Sell, man, we not finna do 1,000 miles a day." No, we just gonna do 800.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
Because 800 to get us there in 3 days.
Cool.
You feel me? So that's just how it works.
The speed factor in it all. Solo King Rider is asking what's your average speed?
I do 9 miles over the speed limit at all times. I'm locked in at 9 miles. So and then when you get in Texas, the speed limit goes up to 80.
Right.
So you can do 85, 89. But you don't want to be killing your motorcycle, going fast, burning up your gas, stopping faster, gassing up sooner than what you have to. But for me, 9 miles over the speed limit, we could ride past any police officer. We ain't even got to worry about.
Agree.
Yeah. You ain't got to worry about stopping or slowing down. We can lock in the throttle. So if the speed limit is 75, we're going to lock in at 83, 84, and we just going to cruise and ride it on out. Every once in a while, when we get a chance to play, we get out there and play, do 100, do this or do that. It is what it is.
Big Country said if you're doing 714 miles during daylight saving time, you bedding down with about 4 to 5 hours of daylight left. He calls BS on that. He says sun up to sundown, whatever the miles end up being.
Listen, bro. I'll be 55 years old March 11th. We not doing that no more. We leaving here that first day. I'm gonna give you whatever you need that first day. I'm gonna give it to you. We're gonna do 1,000 that first day. But check this out. When we bed down that first night, we not leaving till about 7. I'm going to get the continental breakfast that I paid for.
Yeah.
The downstairs and everything. I'm doing all that. I'm doing all the breakfasts. Then that second day, we're gonna stop about 4:30. I'm gonna get into the hotel room, chill, go get me something to eat, a nice little steak or something. You feel what I'm saying? Go back to the room, make my phone calls, check my emails, go down to the pool or something, or to the weight room, do what I gotta do, come back, get some sleep, get up the third day about 8:30 that morning.
Yeah.
Continental
Yeah.
breakfast, breakfast, and we gonna finish it on out, player. Yeah. Now, we not doing that young nigga run no more. We not doing that. I'm sorry. We not doing that.
Things change, Big Sal. Things change. You know, there was a time when we stood 10 toes on a certain philosophy or whatever.
Period.
But when you get older, you know, things change. You know, case in point.
That part right there.
You know, a lot of people say, and no pun intended, shout out to my man, Mr. No Trailer. But at some point, things do change, and and you'll find someone who never put their bike on a mower never put their bike on a trailer because trailers are for boats and mowers. But things change, man. So, you know, when are we going to let go of certain, philosophies that we once stood on, even though things are changing? Folks out there about to hurt themselves trying to live up to something when they need to just go ahead and put that thing on a trail and just take it on wherever they're going, get there and then enjoy it. Talk to me, Big Sal.
Listen, man. One thing I will never do is allow you to kill me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're not doing that. If I find out, if I find or whatever, you riding reckless to the point to where you may jeopardize me, then I'm just gonna tell you straight, hey, homie, you need to put this. We got a chase vehicle, whatever the hell we got, whatever you're tired, whatever it is. Then that's what we're gonna do. If I have to leave you because my safety is more important than being with you, then that's what I'm gonna do too as well. Period. I mean, so at the end of the day, if you lie about your riding skills, which we know people have, we've been on rides where people have lied about their riding skills.
Yep.
If you lie about your riding skills and we find out, you will deal with the consequences of being out there by yourself, because we always say, be grown enough to ride this ride. Period.
That part.
You have to be grown enough to ride this ride, meaning that you have to have your own finances, you have to have your own resources, and you have to have your own skills and abilities if you end up by yourself. People. So it just is what it is. I've had to leave people. I'm gonna just tell you, one time I had to leave a person because he said he had to smoke a Black and Mild at every gas stop. Yeah. Man, you gotta let me smoke my Black and Mild, bro. We gassing and going. We're on a time schedule. Well, man, y'all could just leave me. Y'all could just leave me. Say no more.
Say no more.
No more. Period. We out of here. Holla at you. Catch us when you can.
Yeah,
and he ended up getting mad and leaving and turning around and all that kind of stuff. And they're gonna try to say we left him. No, we didn't left you. You stopped participating in the ride.
Yeah. Can't make nobody do nothing. Can't make them do what they don't.
Yeah, you stopped participating in the ride, and the ride went on without you. It's just that simple. So,
let me ask you this, Big Sal, and I'll let you go. The vision, the blueprint, and the legacy. Talk to me. The vision, the blueprint, and the legacy.
The vision, man, is always love, peace, happiness, fun, and just on some grown folk shit, man. Period. The blueprint is the history from the greats that we still have left, the Hero Bensons. All of my chosen few OGs. Hell, even some of the rare breed OGs, Big Mom, Lucky. Just the OGs. You got the Kings of the South OGs. You got, you got all your founders and just different OGs that are still relevant and still putting it out there, still putting it down, making it happen. That is the part that you hold on to, and you take that. And if this thing means anything to you, you want to make sure that you embrace that, because that's what's important. For me, it's important for when I leave here and the next person picks up the capsule and they learn about motorcycling, that my name be mentioned in that capsule. You feel what I'm saying? That my contributions, my life, and some of the stuff that I did be mentioned in that, in that capsule, because I did it as best as I could. I had fun. I made and brought as many people with me. That's another thing too. It ain't about being selfish. It's not about being selfish. And as far as being the legacy, or what is it, the legend, or what did you call it? What did you call it again?
The vision, the blueprint, and the legacy.
And the legacy, as far as my legacy, all I want to do is leave behind great motorcycling, great memories, bonds, friendships, brotherhoods, sisterhoods. And I want you to be able to say that sometime and at some point in your life, you ran across somebody that was finally real, somebody that made a difference, somebody that you can believe in what they are and what they putting down. Like, I got great friends, Hughes, Country, you. I got great cats that are not, that I can call for advice, and they're not going to give me popular advice. They're going to give me my brother advice. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I thank each and every one of you guys, man. I thank you guys all, whether I tell you all the time, whether I hit the like button on your post or not, man. I love you guys. Chris Houston, I love him. I love all you guys, man. Everybody, man. Gorilla Blue. I hate to start naming names, and all the females that's out there doing it. Katie, Tamasha Wade. It's so many females. Handful. Ambush. Man, I hate to start naming,
right.
And, but it's just so many beautiful people out there, man, that are making this thing look easy. You feel what I'm saying? That you don't even know that they got whole families at home, that they got corporate jobs, that they're 6-figure earners and all that type of stuff. And here it is, they hanging out with you on the side of the highway because you done got a flat tire. You feel me? They hanging out with you at the dealership getting oil change when they can go in there and just buy a whole brand new bike and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
right.
It's great people like that, man. And we all here, man. And at the end of the day, I would love to say this, man, to all my OMCs and to all my 1%ers, don't just show us the unity, live the unity, be the unity, and let it be real, because we've seen it time and time again. We've seen you guys come together time and time again. And of course, it's always in the wintertime when ain't nobody riding. And as soon as the summertime hit, we back to chaos and disorder. But again, I just feel like if everybody just ride, they ride, man. Mind your business and ride your ride. Have a good time and put a fucking smile on your face, bro.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah.
We still here. Every day we woke up, we here. Put a smile on your face, man. Have some fun, man. Be real. Be honest with yourself, man. And just, I don't know, just to God be the glory, man. Period.
Yeah. That part right there, Big Sal. Hey, we love you, big bro. We love you, man.
Hey, man,
for real,
I love
man.
you guys too. Hold on, man. Listen, man. This is my partner, man. He be here to see I want y'all to hear this real quick. He made it just for me. Hold on, here you go.
Check this out. This your boy Warren G. And believe it or not, I get all my motorcycle and MC knowledge from my man Big Sal. FHO's HNIC. You better ask somebody. He keep it real when it comes to the motorcycle. I know. That's my kinfolk. You got to do it. Church.
Come on now, man. Come on now. You're going to take me back to a place I ain't supposed to go back to, man. Listen to that Nate Dogg now. Come on now.
Listen, man. Y'all might see him on a trip to Cali with me, man. For real. You know he ride, man. He been doing his thing. We've been doing a lot of putting his bike together, building it for him, getting it ready, man. So he really wants to be a part of this community. And again, man, he ain't nobody special. He just is somebody special in my life.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It is what it is, man. But shout out to my man Warren G. We love you, Warren. Can't wait to get y'all here on this slab, man.
Hey, check it out, man.
Retro.
What's up,
Retro.
bro? Yeah.
I love you, man.
Love you too, man.
I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it, bro. To everybody that was on there, to all the greats. If I didn't say your name, if I misspoke your name, if I didn't mention this story, I apologize. There's never enough time in the day. But I want to thank Retro for this interview, man. And I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all of it, man. For all of it. I still need a little help. I'll put my Cash App up later on. You understand me?
Yeah.
Send
a little something to a brother. You know. Hey, look here, man. We turned down that big money because of.
Shout out to the Los Gypsy Nations too. Shout out to the
You got to
Los
do
Gypsy
that.
Nations,
They were on a little earlier. They
Hey,
were on
man.
earlier.
Canada, man. Yeah, hey, and listen, man. No, I put them on. I put them on. Listen, man. Another one of my first, another one of my great, man. I brought them to you, man.
Yeah,
you understand me. But anyway, it is
you
what it
did.
is,
You
man.
did.
Listen,
You did.
man.
You did. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah.
Anyway, man, it is what it is. I love y'all, man. So what you got, Retro?
Hey, look at man. We're gonna be going up there soon, man. I'll let you know about it, man. Detroit, Ribbery, they got a ride 75 end to end.
The way my child support kind of set up, and they
might not be able to make it.
I might not be able to make that one. I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to the DA's office and see
Okay.
if this one time, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
just if I don't make it, just know I'll send my heart with you. You understand?
Okay. Okay. All right. That's good enough. I know somebody that knows somebody that might be able to make a call on our behalf, though. We'll see. We'll see if we can work it out. We'll see if we can work it out. Hey, Big Sal, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Georgia Four Corners, man. Where you hitting it up?
Whenever you're ready, you gotta let me know. I mean, it's gonna have to be. I want it to be when the weather is fine because again, I hate taking people on them curves.
Yeah.
Again, people falsifying their skills.
Yeah.
But I think so, and I think Country was trying to shoot a jab earlier about who can ride better than me or Queen.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
I saw that little jab too, Country. I saw that little jab. Let me tell you this, man. Queen is a certified motor woman.
Yeah.
She has skills and stuff that she practices on a daily that I'll never practice. I'll never need a figure eight, Country, because I'm gonna stop, put that, but look back and forth. So I'll never need a fit. Now I have done one, but she does it on a continuous basis. I never do a stop and hard left and all. I don't do that. So to answer your question, Mr. Always with the BS, Queen has more skills than me, but she can never ride. She can never outride me.
Okay.
Period.
So look, I need to know this then, because if she got them kind of skills, she ain't showing up at the Iron Elite slow roll contest, is she?
No, she not. Listen.
Okay, so I ain't got to worry.
Listen, right now, the only way you'll get Queen on a motorcycle, other than her police motorcycle, is you'd have to melt her down and pour her on the seat. That's how.
Okay, all right. So I ain't got to worry about her coming for my title.
No,
Okay,
that's all
I'm
you.
good.
Well,
Okay,
I heard Kodak said he ain't going for it. Now that's between you and him. So,
well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna steal his theme music, so I won't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the fuse out. Yeah, so
he ain't no good without the steam music.
No, I'm gonna pull that fuse out. I already got it planned out, man.
Okay, well there it is. There,
yeah, that part right there. Oh, hey, Big Sal, man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that you do, man. Again, in my humble opinion, you have laid the blueprint for not only myself but so many others that are out here doing this thing, man. And you are a asset to this motorcycle community. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We're proud of you. We're praying for you, and we support you, bro.
There it is, there, man. I love y'all, and nothing y'all can do about it, man. Always remember, ride Joe ride, man, and let motorcycling be the greatest thing you've ever done in your life, man. I promise you, it's all of that. So appreciate you, Retro.
Yes, sir, Big Sal. You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. Yeah.
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in
the one and
Much
only
love and respect to
Big
my man
Sal
Retro
in the building,
through, y'all.
as promised. Y'all know what to do. Great conversation. Salute to the blueprint layer, whatever you want to call it. I mean, real talk though, man. He laid the blueprint for so many, and it would be sickening for those of us who have benefited from his sacrifices, who have benefited from him pouring into the motorcycle community, not to give the man his flowers. I'm saying, man, many of us are standing on his shoulders. I mean, it is what it is. I know, a lot of people may say this and they may say that, but you can't rob the man for his dedication, his passion, his sincerity. I mean, we got to give it to him, man. We got to give it to him. So, hey, look here, man. We want to thank everybody for joining the Retro Philosophy Show on tonight, for sticking with us over 2 hours. But when you got an OG in your midst, man, you want to just get all you can get from him, man. And so, I apologize for going overtime, but thank you very much for sticking with us And we got another banger lined up for you guys. So just stay tuned, man. You know, the Retro Philosophy Show. We're trying to do our little part. And so again, hashtag big sale for real. That part right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate you once again, and we'll catch you guys on the next go round. It's your boy Retro, and I am out of here.